Okay guys, we're gonna take a look at the Field 1 Acculock Barrel System. So right away, let's just open this thing. Cardboard box. You know what I really liked about these the first time I picked this thing up was just how small this case is. We're so used to like old freak kits, or even the current freak kits are gonna be a little bit bigger than this. So one of the things I really like about these right away, is just the size of this cool case. It's a good size, compact, will fit in a bag well, and has a zipper, which you would, kind of come to expect. Inside of this thing, Field 1 barrel cover, a Yosh Rao playing card, which is kind of fun. Yosh Rao playing card, a little bit of manual thing. And inside here, you are getting that barrel kit. So these barrel kits do come with, as you can see here, 6 different inserts. Let's read them out. 695, 687, 679, 675. Boop, boop. That silver one right there is a 683. And then that black is a 691. So these kits are pretty unique. You can see there that it does have 3 pieces. There is that insert sleeve piece, there's that barrel tip, and the barrel back. So let's put it together. So we have barrel back, or that insert piece, there's the barrel back, and then barrel tip. So the way this thing works is you would put piece in there, and then it locks over to the side like that. Let's actually grab a different color insert. It's probably easier to see. Let's get rid of that. That will slide, lock into place, and then pulls back, and then that barrel tip, like a barrel tip, kind of just screws on. So the whole purpose behind this is that a lot of barrel backs are like barrels. You can screw them together and they like don't line up right. So say you have barrel tip, barrel back, and they just, screw together. One of the issues sometimes is if those threads aren't cut perfectly, those barrels won't line up. So you get technically like a barrel tip that points down or something. That's not gonna be that aggressive. But because those don't line up right, they just kind of have a little bit of an offset. So the idea behind this barrel, the Acculock barrel, is that they don't really actually screw together. So let's take this barrel tip off. We'll kind of demonstrate this a little bit. So with this barrel, essentially, this back really just kind of holds this insert in place. It doesn't like screw it together or align at all. And on the inside of this insert, or the inside of this barrel back and this insert combo thing, the way that this barrel tip interacts is it kind of just goes together. There is no screwing together like we're typically used to seeing with barrels. And this one just kind of slots inside of itself. So you can see how it has a little bit of a taper right here on that. And then that taper actually goes inside that barrel tip. So what that does is just kind of gets rid of that weird seam area where, like I was talking before, those barrels are screwing together. And sometimes you can get that barrel tip to be a little bit off. I mean, it's not like, 10 degrees like that. It's really like probably like 0.5 degrees or something. So it's not terribly dramatic. You can kind of see them sometimes. If you look down the barrel of a 2-piece barrel that's screwed together, you can actually kind of see the seam sometimes. If you have a 2-piece laying around, I don't know, look at it, see what it looks like. So having those not screw together and maybe line up a little bit better than that like traditional 2-piece barrel is cool, but I don't know if that is gonna really make that big of a difference. I'm not that guy who's gonna go out there and say X barrel is more accurate, because there are so many factors. I mean, like paint size, paint brittleness, gun, velocity consistency, wind, temperature, humidity. There are so many factors in what makes a paintball gun accurate. I don't believe that I can just say X barrel is more accurate. I can definitely say this is a good barrel. They're well made. So I wouldn't consider this to be 10 times more accurate, or really even twice as more accurate as like just a good barrel. Like say CP barrels, dye barrels, Planet Eclipse barrels, any of those good manufacturers are probably gonna make a barrel that's just as accurate as this Field 1 Acculock barrel. I just like it and think it's interesting because it's using a different style locking system, that Acculock system, and not that thread system. And I really just like this case. I really like the small compactness of the Acculock case. So that's the Acculock barrel. If you guys have questions about this thing, leave a comment below. If you want to buy one, there's a link in the description.